Hey Soraya, how's it going?
Hey Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm excited because we have a couple ideas for some interviews to get us through the end of the year. We've
It's
got some.
amazing that we're already talking about the end of the year, but I
Oh,
think today is a real treat for our listeners, and it is a repeat guest.
somebody who decided to come back even after we tortured them once.
Well, I think I don't know if I'd say torture, but um, yeah, Genny Schorr,
Yes,
and she's got a book out. All Roads Lead to Punk, which I thought was a really clever um, title
yes.
and just very cool. And let me tell you, she told us when she was on, and she gave us proof. She is so detailed in her record keeping, like
Oh,
photos and mementos and stories, anecdotes. And then I will say that
your
my copy
copy came.
came with this beautiful single from Backstage Pass, band that she was a part of. But listen, Genny Shore is not just a musician, um, not just someone with an eye on fashion, but a stylist. I mean, she's done so many things. But I think what's so interesting about her story, and I'm so happy that we get to have her on again to talk about it, is she was here when the LA music scene was really kind of transitioning between rock glam and going towards punk. So she's got tons of stories, and her book is full of them. And I mean, the photos alone are worth it. But whew, someone who's seen so much and done so much, I think, have her on again is a real, real treat. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. When we had her on the first time, we were talking about her fashion work with the Bangles. Of course, that was our connection. And then the work that she did with Linda Ronstadt and styling for her. But speaking of all roads lead to punk, it's not just going to be us two grilling Jenny, is it?
Never.
We have another punk.
Of course, the one, the only, Ronnie Barnett.
Yes, yes. Well, I say we get this started.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So he said,
Hi,
tell her.
this is Soraya.
And this is Jeff.
Our podcast is called Paisley Stage Raspberry and Rhyme.
A podcast where the two of us play music that we like and share anecdotes and background about the tunes.
We hope you'll join our conversation. And without further ado, a grooviar.
Let's get groovy.
Definitely. Okay. I'm sorry for the delay.
That's okay. So, Jeff, why don't you let our listeners know who has joined us today?
Woohoo.
Yes, today we welcome back Genny Schorr. Jenny, am I saying your last name right?
Yes, Genny
Okay,
Schorr. You got
that's
it.
that's how I've always said it, but I'm second guessing myself. But Soraya is holding up your new book, all roads lead to punk. I
Yay.
I love the site that it's square. I love that. It's primarily square. I love that about it. But Jenny, welcome back. We had you on before. We were talking about a lot of things, including the styling that you did for the Bangles for Linda Ronstadt, and your new book is loaded with stories. Hopefully, we can pry out maybe one or two, but the listeners are going to have to buy the book to get the real stories. But I wanted to start off by asking you, Jenny, why did you decide to take all the stuff that you've journalized, that you've documented, put it into a book and release it to the public? Why now? Why did you decide to do this?
I guess I'm a bit crazy, kind of a crazy thing to do, but I actually started writing these stories. This all took place, I want to say it was back in 2018. Um, my bandmate Marina, I don't know if you know Marina Del Rey.
Hey,
Marina started doing a show called Our Lips Unsealed. So I started writing a couple stories for live. And then um, I started just writing more stories, thinking that we would do more shows. Kind of COVID happened, and we did a podcast also for a little bit. and a pandemic podcast. And I started writing these stories, sort of revisiting them. Some of the writing seemed a little kitsch to me because were kind of telling it live. And I just got introduced to my publisher, Todd, about, I think, around 3 years ago. And it's been kind of it's always like a lengthy process, you know? So one summer, I think I just started really writing in earnest, like every day, like writing like it was my job, you know? And yeah.
Yeah, how did you meet Todd? As for those who don't know, Todd has a label, a book company. Well, he's got a label too,
Yeah.
Hozak Records and Hozak Books. And Hozak Books puts out these. They're like they they're in limited editions as they come out, right? Like editions of 500, but they're all great. I own almost all of them. Um, and yeah, how'd you get introduced to Todd? Because Todd lives in Chicago, I believe.
It does. And
Yeah.
another Chicago person named Jem B. Larson, who also has a book out called Hit Girls, she introduced us. I think it was initially I was trying to get a Kosh book and I had a lot of questions about fair usage and album covers and, copyright stuff. And then it kind of morphed into this project. So
Okay.
that's how I met him was from Jen initially.
Okay. Because yeah, there is a lot of information in the book, and like Jeff alluded to, there's more stories than we'll be able to get to
I know.
today. Obviously, Jenny, you've lived quite a life. Um, we're we're
Yeah.
gonna get to that. I mean, just I, I have some notes here, which I never do, but I did for you, Jenny. I've I've got a list of just you know uh, your boyfriends over the years. I don't mean to get.
Goodness.
We got Glenn Tilbrook. Uh, we have Wilco Johnson and Lee Brillo.
Yeah. Let's
Uh,
not forget
we
that.
have Elvis. Yeah, yeah. I don't believe it was concurrently, but who knows?
It was sort
Elvis. Yeah, okay. By the way, well, I mean Wilco Johnson, one of my heroes.
of mine too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, what a time and place. It's just time and place, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you're meeting all these
start out
people.
with how I even met my bandmates to start with. I was quite young, still a teenager, and I went to the Starwood one night, and it I went there because I had a crush on this record company guy, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to the Starwood," and he didn't go to the Starwood, but it was Dr. Feelgood, and I was blown away. And when I saw Wilco's guitar playing, and then Pete Townsend was in the audience and he was dancing. It was quite the night. And then I got invited to their record company party afterwards, like after party, whatever you want to call it. And the tour manager was then known as Andrew Jakeman, who was then to become Jake Riviera. So that chapter is called Connections.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, and you have a photo of you and Pete Townsend and Lee Brillo from that night.
Yes.
This book is. We'll talk about this. The book is full of photos. Thank goodness you were so well documented, Jenny. Um, because I don't have to say like every documentary. There were no cell phones there, people.
I know,
You have
right?
a guy with a camera. In the Starwood, I've always been intrigued with the Starwood. It's very under documented, if you will. There's not like a lot of photos of the inside.
True.
Yeah, like
Actually,
how,
I have an audience photo from when we played, when we opened for, oh God, who did we open for? The maybe I think it was the Screamers. I think it was supposed to be the Weirdos, but it was the Screamers. And actually have an audience shot with like 70s people like dancing and stuff. Really quite
how
wild.
big was it? What was it like? Kind of like Roxy size, like 400 capacity?
It was different. It was bigger. It had a big dance floor and then it had
Mhm.
an upstairs VIP lounge.
Okay,
Yeah, it was pretty big. And
nice.
yeah, so of course I got to see the Damned there. Jake brought the Damned. It was the first like British punk band to come to the States was the Damned, and they played there, and I think the Quick opened for them.
Wow.
One of my favorites. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I want to talk about the quick because you went to high school. I'm
yeah.
sorry, Jeff and Soraya. I got a lot to talk about.
Go.
Like this high school. I've always been intrigued with this high school where it's like Quiet Riot members, Dickies members, Quick members, and Backstage Pass.
Well,
Like,
it didn't go to Grant where I went to, and
okay,
some people came and hung out after they graduated. Like Kevin Dubrow actually was hanging out there, and Randy Rhodes went to a nearby alternative school. So, yeah, some people just like came and hung out with us at the quad, but some people went to Van Nuys High. I think like the Dickies and the Quick went to Van. Well, I'm my memory, but
fair
it's not
enough.
perfect. I'm trying to remember if Danny Benair went to Grant or Van Nuys. I'm not sure, but we kind of all interacted and commingled and whatnot, you know. So it was kind of rock and roll. Yet, you know, at the same time, I had started off as a young child playing acoustic guitar and then moved on to electric guitar. And the bulk of the people that I was at high school with were the makings of the band Toto. And a lot of these people thought it was totally uncool that I played electric guitar. You know, my story was not asimilar to like Joan Jett in a way. It was not accepted. It was not accepted at all. So I was frustrated, actually.
Yeah, wow, a total connection too. Wow, is that the Porcaro brothers, Jenny?
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
Steve was in my grade, and they were all nice and everything. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
and Steve Lukather, and there were, you know, who ended up marrying, I think, Cherie, no, Marie Curry or something.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that it wasn't really accepted. Girls
yeah,
playing electric guitar. It was really like guys in bands, you know,
Mhm.
pretty
yeah.
much.
When you guys started, I mean, you mentioned the Dam. The Dam kind of encouraged you all to start Backstage Pass,
Yeah.
correct?
Right.
Well, no, the band had already started. We started in
Okay.
1976.
Okay.
And that's when I met Marina, who was a journalist for Team Magazine. I met her, and uh, yeah, there was lots of journalists at this party, and
Yeah.
that's where I met her. And the idea for the band she hatched one night at the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
But by the way, Marina Del Rey, not her real name, folks.
Marina
Just so.
Marina Malfriedel, later in Viva Beat, the band Viva Beat. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, who signed to Charisma, the only new wave act on Charisma Records, as far
Yes.
as I know.
I know. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Marina's great. I met her. I did a Lips Unsealed too.
Oh, you did?
I did, and I was last, and everyone went long, of course. So you're supposed to do like 12 minutes.
I know you have to. I'm always like super responsible and following the drill. 10
Yeah.
minutes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But nobody else ever does.
Yeah. No. So it was like 3 hours. So the place was half. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Okay. So you decide, I mean, it was unusual for girls to have, I mean, there was the Runaways, of course, and you
Yeah.
tried out for the Runaways.
Mhm.
Yeah. I did try out for the Runaways, which was a big fail, and we were sort of an anti-Kim Fowley band, if you will.
Yeah.
We really were. And she, being a journalist at the time, she she went to the Cherie Curry lineup, went to see them play, and she just, I mean, of course, she really likes the band, but she really saw them pandering to a male audience, and I think that was what Kim Fowley had in mind. And so it wasn't like we didn't. Um, I mean, if we wanted to be sexy, we were. If we didn't want to, we didn't. I mean, we just
Yeah.
wanted to do what we wanted to do, which we did. And we were an unsigned band.
Right. Right. But you were very like I was a kid reading rock magazines in Texas, you know, in the late 70s, and I'd heard of Backstage Pass. Like you'd see Backstage Pass, whatever, hanging out like in Rock Scene or whatever magazines they were. I mean, I knew of the band, and you you didn't have a record. I mean, you'd have a record out. You must have tried though. How did you
Well, I think we
come
were
close?
on
Yeah,
some records very close to, but it didn't happen.
yeah,
It just didn't happen. And then I ended up leaving the band in 78, where when I became a wardrobe stylist and then worked at Straight Jacket, then co-owned Straight Jacket, which was my
yeah.
clothing store on Third Street, just prior to the Melrose boom, and then into the Melrose boom of like Poser, Let It Rock, and all the stores that were happening back then.
Yeah, did you just decide you were done with the playing in a band thing, or just
I still wrote and played music,
yeah,
um, wasn't like that exactly, but yeah, I think I wanted to get away from that backstage pass image. Um, I also met a guy in San Francisco, which is in the book, and who Marina later formed Viva Beat with. So it, things just kind of happened back then
yeah,
very
yeah?
easily.
No, and those two are still married, correct?
Oh, that's Marina and Mick. Yeah, they've been
Oh, okay,
together.
okay,
Yeah, but this was a guy named Robert Garman. And
okay.
Spock, do you remember Spock, all of you? Do you?
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Spock was a key figure in the Paisley Underground.
Yes, that's how we all knew Spock originally. We're
Right.
tying it in the Paisley Underground, Jeff. You'll be happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The
I remember
radio.
Spock ran the Bengals fan club. Write to Spock. I think it said on the EP, right? Like,
Yeah, well, Mickey lived with Spock on, I think it was Crescent Heights. Mickey, Jeff McDonald, Vicky, and Mickey was not in the Bengals yet, but trying to get into the Bengals. And she was also the lineup that I auditioned for, the Runaways. She was the lead singer. It was a
oh, yeah,
time. It was Mickey, Sandy, Joan. So, so I knew. Well, I mean, I didn't really know Mickey from or Michael from the audition, but but she did live with Spock, and I did get to know her then, and of course, very much so in the Bangles and the Bangles, and so what was my point about Spock? Yeah, Spock was in the band and was probably I think she was survived all three lineups, but yeah, I left, I think, in 78.
okay, yeah. One thing I like about your book, you paid tribute to your friends who aren't around anymore, like Spock and Robin and Tammy and
Tammy's
uh yeah, I mean, you paid tribute to these people in your book, which I like.
yeah,
And I got to bring up one
dedicated to Spock, the book
right.
dedicated
Mm.
to her. And yeah, it was a very brutal blow when she passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and then I also want to bring up Star Stowe, who I know is a Kiss fan. Always knew that name.
Yeah,
And yeah, to read about you being neighbors and friends.
whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. For those who don't know, Star Stowe was this Playboy
Playmate.
centerfold, yeah,
Yeah.
playmate, went out with Gene Simmons. And Gene Simmons like pictured in the pictorial with her and
No, it was
stuff.
his bass, the electric.
Oh, it's bass. Okay, okay, okay. Well,
What
there's
was it?
yeah.
A Rickenbacker, electric blue Rickenbacker. That was her centerfold shot.
Okay. Yeah, as Kiss fans, we knew her.
She was really quite sweet. She was really
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, my first apartment was on Courtney Avenue, and I lived with Marina, and she was a neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah. And she had a very sad end, which yeah, in the book, they did find the killer, and you're in the book you
Oh, I didn't know
because
that.
it was not known. It was one of those things where they matched DNA. There's a show called The Playboy Murders. There's
Wow.
an episode about her. Yeah, I'll send you a link. And
Okay.
it's a guy that moved, like some of these other stories. Guy is found across the country and other
Yeah.
violent actions, and just she ran into the wrong guy one night.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
He was kind of headed down that road, unfortunately, sadly, and I lament that I wish that I was just a kid. I wish I could have
Yeah,
had something to say to her about it, but we obviously lost touch.
yeah,
But strangely, Blackie, who she was dating, Blackie Lawless, um, Kosh knows my other half, who designed the
yeah.
book and the single cover for my book. He did a bunch of album covers for Wasp.
Oh wow.
And Blackie was like in the New York Dolls and things.
Yes, like the later one, and then the Killer Kane band after that, right?
And I just thought, okay, like he doesn't look punk. I don't get this, but he was very New York.
I've
Very East Coast.
I didn't know Kosh designed Wasp record cover.
He
We
did
have him on next,
Headless
everybody.
Children, the Headless Children,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
a few others as well. Capitol Records didn't know what to do with Wasp, and so they like said, "Hey, how about you, Kosh?" But
That's
anyway,
funny. Yeah, Jeff's a big Wasp fan, so
are you, Jeff?
Not super big.
Yeah, you'll have to
So,
read my dedication to Spock, Jeff. I think you would appreciate it.
yeah,
yeah.
I was actually communicating with her because she played tambourine on the Rainy Day compilation. So she was one of the few people that I wasn't able to have sign my copy of the Rainy Day compilation record. And I was in communication with her, and if I ever made it back east, we had plans to meet up, but unfortunately, a few months before we were actually going to get back there, she passed away. So that never happened. But
And of
I
course, she wrote "Legend, Come On Up to Me," which is the A side of the single for the book, and then she sang lead on the Red Cross version um, in the movie Desperate Teenage Love Doll.
Yes. Which we all thought was a Love Dolls because the Love Dolls playing it in the movie.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And she also sang with White Flag as well for
Oh.
the movie. Hot bitch with an electric guitar or something like that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Ronnie, you were in that band as well. So there's
yeah.
a
I was in White Flag for a bit. Yes.
you were.
You?
Yeah, there were a lot of White Flag members over the years, but yeah, um,
If
but
Bill could,
not with Spock. We weren't in the same. But yeah, Desperate Teenage Love Dolls. What a classic, right?
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I actually really like the Red Cross version a whole lot. It's really like got a lot of energy. And Gwen Con, I well, she was on a Love Doll. I think the sequel. She was in a band
Oh,
from the sequel. Gwen, who was in the Backstage Pass reboot, and she was in the original Pandora's.
That's right.
yes. And the original Pandoras are back, as well as the other Pandora. There's two different Pandoras. It's like the old days.
Who do you pick?
I say both.
Yeah, Jeff sees both. That's right.
No,
Yeah,
no. Well, yeah, I did know Paula, and it was, yeah, that was very sad when when she died very young. And but to me, it was kind of like Paula's group in a way.
Oh, it
Not
was.
it was.
No, it definitely. I was. I moved to California because I started dating Kim, who was a bass player who became my bandmate in the Muffs. So I witnessed the end of the Pandoras, if you will, when they were heavy metal and
Yeah, they kind of lost the plot of
no
it.
one was going to see them. Yeah, yeah, they lost the old fans and weren't getting the new fans. And
Yeah, I really loved them in the beginning. I used to go see them. They were really
yeah, I mean, Paula was true. I mean, she stayed true to what she wanted. She wasn't doing that to try and make money. I mean, she liked heavy metal. So,
there you
but
go.
yeah, but yeah, she. I mean, dying of an aneurysm at like 31. It was the
Yeah, it was
first time I dealt with that. Yeah, it was,
sad for all of us and kind of scary and surreal for sure.
yeah. But getting to the single, Jenny, great idea to have this single with the book. Now, was that Todd's idea or yours, or
I think it was Todd's idea.
okay?
It
You got
was,
to get the single, Jeff. You got to get the book to get the
Yes.
single.
yeah, you can't get it unless you get the book.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a package deal. And yeah, so I think that was Todd's idea. It's the first time they've ever done it.
yeah,
Um, Kosh wanted to make the book, like the size of the 45, slip inside like square, which was
yeah.
I think a really cool choice also.
Yeah, I love that.
Soraya, you have it? Yes, you do.
Yeah, I got both. Yep.
What do you think? What do you think?
Well, first of all,
Scale.
first of all, I am thrilled that you have so much detail because this was really, I read it like a love letter to the LA music scene.
Yeah,
And because every page I turned, I said, here's an artist I love. Here's another one I love. And what I like, Jenny, is your narrative style. You really tell us this as if you're talking to family, or a close friend. And so just now when you just said, yeah, I was just a kid. And I've been reading this story, I go, this was a really young person. And here she was at this crossroads of the LA music scene as it's transitioning into a whole new mind-blowing global phenomenon that became punk. But the LA music scene and the first photos I see of Kevin DuBrow and then Randy Rhoads, and then I see Elvis Costello and Backstage Pass, Elvis, like all the stories, all these people I love. And I go, my God, what a better love letter to LA than this book. And I mean, there's a lot of stories too, and you have one of my absolute favorite stories is how you just kind of transition seamlessly between musician to business owner to stylist and even into other places. Like there's no limit to your creativity.
well, thank you. It's really a story of survival because really the start is well, I mean, I was playing guitar at a very young age, of course, but as uh when I was, I want to say like 15 and a half, my mother got sick. And so losing my mother as a teenager, it was really, a story of unspeakable grief and then survival, really. And I just so, I made all these like crazy decisions and crazy choices, and I was untethered and everything else. But I really tried to let it show. But also, another reason too is because it's okay to be different. And in today's climate, people don't well, I think it's important for people to show that it's okay to be different, because that's where art really comes from, is, you know, being okay with experimenting and trying different things, I really feel that. And the book, my proceeds benefit Eden, my kid, has an LGBTQ trans plus place in Glendale, and all my proceeds benefit this nonprofit. And because it's just getting harder to get grants in this climate, and they are an art space, a performance space. They have classes. They do community outreach, not just for that demographic, but also they did outreach for the fires, And so I wanted to donate, and that's what I've done. So all my proceeds donate them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, one story that blew me away, Jenny, was Iggy Pop stole your jacket.
Yeah. Yeah. He came over and my parents were even home. And yeah, my friend Robin, who was a really important person to me, uh, she was, I mean, I think everybody was dating Iggy, not me, but everybody was. I remember seeing him, I want to say at Danny Sugarman's house, but maybe with Robin. I trying to remember. And she brought him over, and yeah, he leafed through my clothes and he my jacket, but I had the skirt, the matching skirt.
Oh, wow.
So when I went to see them at the Hollywood Trash Dance Review, I think it was called, at the Hollywood Palladium, and it was Iggy and it was the New York Dolls and I think Zolar X. It was
Wow.
like, and I think Kim Fowley was the MC or something wild. I have
Yeah.
all these different run-ins with Kim Fowley.
Yes.
Was he with the Stooges or was just Iggy at that point? Do you?
I I I think it was the Stooges. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, if I'm not wrong. And
So it's ironic for the guy that you see shirtless all the time stealing a jacket that
Yep.
but he didn't wear a shirt underneath it though, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it
He
was
would go,
like
he would take off the jacket, Jeff, as the shirt
okay.
went on. Yeah.
it was yeah, I really it had these big white buttons and it was like had green stripes. Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
cool.
Well, and then Stan Lee ended up with Iggy's jacket from Raw Power, that tiger.
I heard that.
Yes.
Were you the
So
one that told me that? Someone told me that recently.
yeah, it wasn't me, but
It
yeah, and
was Ron Sobel, who it was one of Quiet Riot's well was who's yeah, it must have been Stan Ron, because Ron is Stan's brother.
okay.
And he let me use the picture of Kevin and Randy's wearing the shoes that I sold him
Oh, wow.
when I was
Right.
so funny.
Wow. Yeah, and then Stan ended up selling it to Long Gone John, who did Sympathy for the Record Industry. So that's where the jacket is now.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
uh,
jacket's done some traveling.
yeah, but it still exists. So that's the
Where's my
important thing.
jacket?
And there, Jeff,
Um,
in case you want to see the shoes.
oh,
Yes.
there we
Yes,
go.
they're the shoes. And there they are. I think that photo is a reunion photo concert that they did at the Starwood, I think.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just asking if you kept a lot of things from the. I mean, obviously you kept a lot of photos, and I love all the posted autographs from the
Mhm.
shop.
Yeah.
Um, but did you keep a lot of like your records from back then, or flyers, or I mean, or did you not save that stuff even at the time?
You know, I have some things, but some things I didn't keep, which is frustrating. I have some buttons, I have
Yeah.
some flyers, I have some things that people have given me, luckily. But Jenny Lenz shared her huge archive of photos of Backstage Pass. She took a lot of photos of Backstage Pass. And I was bequeathed the Dr. Feelgood photos from Jean Farrow, who sadly passed away, and she was the photographer that night at the Starwood, and her son gave me all the photos,
Oh wow.
which was like really insane. But
Yeah.
I don't know, just like really uh, researching and but also like over the years just trying to like I don't know how I stumbled onto Gene even but I did but yeah just doing a lot of research and then just yeah chasing down these photos
Yeah.
people like Ron Sobel who was you know someone that I knew already different people who took photos at Straight Jacket. Someone messaged me who's British, uh, who lives in, I want to say, the Netherlands.
Mhm.
He had all these straitjacket photos. I'd never seen the sign in a kabillion years of
Oh
straight.
wow.
And he contacted me on Instagram and then mailed me all these photos from Straitjacket, which was wild. And then at my book launch, which was at Junior High LA, where I'm donating my profits to, uh, Susan, I don't know if you know Susan Clary. Um, uh, she's someone I've known for a million years also, and she said that she knew the original owner of Straight Jacket, and she put us in touch, and I sent him the photos.
Wow.
So yeah, just these things are incredible.
Now, uh, yeah, this photo we talked about earlier. Jenny's just hanging around Pete Townsend like it's no big deal. You
I am
know,
looking off
just
this
just
time
another night in Hollywood. Oh, there's Pete
now. I'm
Townsend.
like putting
Yeah.
my hands up in the air.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
now the book's done. I mean, are there any things you've come across like, oh man, it
yeah.
didn't. Yeah,
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 I hope if we do a second pressing, then I get to add a few things and fix a few couple little typos and whatnot.
yeah,
Things
yeah,
that
yeah,
always happen, yeah, for sure. I think I would want to. I found like more like backstage pass photos that Jenny took, and yeah, there was just yeah, it was a wild time, and yeah, the um yeah, it was a great time.
So we
yeah.
call Bill Bartell the punk rock zealot, Ronnie. I think Jenny here might be giving old Bill a run for his money with all the connections
Oh,
that she,
absolutely. And Jenny was around before. I like how in the book it kind of addresses that, like, when Backstage Pass started, it was like when glam was turning into punk,
Yeah.
where it was glam rockers kind of cutting their hair and
Yeah, Alice Bagg did some incredible observations and let me use
yeah,
um, some of her writings that she had done she had something called A Diary of a Bad Housewife or something like
Mhm.
that,
yeah,
if I'm not wrong. And she did an interview with
yeah.
Spock, she did one with Marina and one with me. And she had some really interesting observations about Backstage Pass. And then, a lot of people didn't know that we were one of the first bands with the controllers and the skulls at the mask.
Yeah.
And we helped build like the rehearsal spaces, and Marina co-signed the lease because she had a job. And then we all had, okay, I could get in a lot of trouble for this. We all had Copeland's credit card, and the mask had a phone booth, and I used to just call like Clive Langer from Jeff School and say, "Do you want to hear us rehearse?" And we would just talk for hours, like credit card.
That's
I
one of my favorite stories in the book.
Yeah, I remember the Bangles were rehearsing probably for that 87 tour that I was on. And at Miles Copeland's house, which I think is in the Hollywood Hills or something like,
wow.
or I don't know if he's still there, but
Yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of Miles Copeland's stuff also. He managed Squeeze,
Oh yeah.
then Jake Riviera managed Squeeze,
Mhm.
and then he managed Squeeze again, and all this different kind of stuff. But and I guess the Bengals were on IRS records, right?
Yeah, yeah. IRS bought it from
Yeah.
Faulty and reissued the
Yeah,
EP. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even know. And but um the Bangles were a band that I saw very early on as the Bangs, like at one of those, like, I don't know if it was the Lhasa Club. I forget which. I can't think of it right on my head, but not that club, but one of the clubs in Hollywood. And so I had been dressing them since the Bangs, and then that morphed into the Bangles. And so I've been dressing them, throughout their career, various videos and things. And then once Different Light really hit big, I got to go on that tour. And so I dedicated a chapter to them called The Big Bang. And I think that's a really fun chapter.
Yeah, that's when the Bengals went glam, if you will. So yeah, they need it. It was amazing to know that yeah, you were the.
Yeah, we got to do this like crazy like television tour where they like lip sync to these television shows. Like we went to England because they won a Brit Award.
Mhm.
Um, and then we went to Switzerland and Italy and Germany and and we saw Paul Simon's Graceland tour. Like we had
Wow.
terror, like yeah, to catch the tail end of that show. And so we were doing all these in Paris, where Prince was.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you have to read the book to
Yes,
Yep.
see the full
yeah.
story. But yeah, so and then we did this European tour, and then we did this US tour, which was all the like all those summer festivals.
Yes.
Uh,
The sheds, Jenny. The outdoor sheds.
yeah,
Were you at the freeway show in Houston where the with the Bengals where the freeway was moving?
I don't remember.
Okay. You probably remember. They start off the book. Yeah, about I was there and the people were moving
It
and the
was
whole
87. I was
it was
there.
87. Yeah, I remember that.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we did this, yeah, toured extensively. And it was fun. It was different because prior to that, I had been touring with Linda Ronstadt,
Yeah.
which was a diff which was great, but with the Bengals, they were like my age, so it
Right.
was a little bit different vibe. And with Linda, she had all this hindsight of like touring and doing that whole slog that they were just all that pressure cooker that they were under when the Bangles were touring. Linda had already been through that.
Mhm.
Yes. She wasn't doing the rock tours. If that she was doing those
One last rock tour, and then we did
okay.
Riddle. And
What's new? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so yeah, she was great. We did I got to do like a lot of fun stuff with her. We did all like the television shows like David Letterman. She's like, Jenny, he's cute, but he's not funny. And I was like, cute? Like cute?
It's cute and
Got
funny.
so nervous. Like her, like Cher, all those, like her
Yeah.
people from her, they didn't think he was funny. You know,
Wow.
he's funny. I don't think he's cute though. And she felt like she goes, I thought there was going to be dead air. I thought there was going to be dead air. And
Wow.
super professional.
Yeah.
And she started talking about the nuns that she went to school, she went to Catholic school and she goes, they're going to pick at me. They're going to pick at me, like at Radio City Musical.
Yeah. And you lived in Linda's house, right?
I
Like she moved you in. That's amazing.
did. She's really great that way. And we're still friends. And Kosh did 26 of her album
Oh, wow.
covers, and he won 3 Grammys for his work with Linda Ronstadt.
Incredible. Incredible.
Soraya, are you a big Linda fan at all?
I am. I am. So I enjoyed that chapter in particular, but
I have two chapters on Linda because
yeah,
deserves
it
it.
I read one external interview with you where you relayed the story of how you kind of established a
Connect.
contact with her, and it's a great anecdote. And
Completely.
would you mind sharing with our listeners how you got the conversation started with Linda Ronstadt?
Well, it was right when Straight Jacket had closed, and I was young and I was panicking. I had no money, no nothing, no, I was freaking out. But Nick Lowe came into town, and of course, Jake Riviera was managing him, and he was opening up. It was Nick and his cowboy outfit. I want to
Mhm.
say he was opening up for Tom Petty. It was 1983.
Yeah.
It was spring of 83. And so my tickets were the same as Linda's tickets because her roommate was Danny Farrington, who was a guitar luthier, and he did all that pearl and inlay, like the Johnny Cash he did, and he did Elvis Costello, that pearl
Mm.
inlay on the guitar up the neck. And he was a guitar, he made beautiful guitars. He did this incredible pearl inlay. So we had a lot of the same clients. I knew Danny. And so Danny's tickets were through Jake. My tickets were through Jake. So we were sitting next to each other, and he introduced me to Linda. And she loved Tom Petty. She even did a Tom Petty song later in the 90s, I want to say. I think she did The Waiting. And she said, I said, I was observing her, and I said, I know what you're doing. And she said, what? And I said, you're checking out Tom Petty's ass. And she said, "Mm." And then the next day I was working with her and
Ah,
driving to like Peter Asher's office, to meet with her on Doheny, and was given the brief. And it was she, one of the first dresses I brought her was a torch singer black sequin gown, and she said, "Oh, I wish I had this. I love this dress." And I didn't know she was doing Nelson Riddle, but she had already photographed the album cover, and she said that she wished that she had my dress because she liked it so much more. And yeah, that little cheeky line
Yeah.
like kind of changed my life.
I was gonna say if Tom Petty didn't have such a good ass, Jenny, things could have been much different.
Right? And I ended up doing clothes for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and all the guys in the band as well at various different times at Straight Jacket
Yeah.
and different various times.
Yeah. And Dave Stewart, I mean, incredible career,
Yeah.
Jenny. I know. I'm sorry we can't talk about everything.
I know. Uh, I just want to add one other thing. One of the observations I had when I was reading, because you mentioned Alice Vag, but also there's mention of Kathy Valentine and Go-Go's, as well as Backstage Pass. And Backstage Pass, you mentioned it. We weren't signed. We didn't have a deal, but you were an influence
Yeah, we were an
to
inspiration.
so many of these female musicians on this scene at that time. You
Yeah.
mention it in your book, but it becomes evident over and over. And there's a really interesting
Band.
quote
Not
from
just real bands, even like the Germs, like even
exactly.
things like that. And uh yeah, people just saw we weren't like great, musicians, but people wanted to give it a go also. But when the Go-Go's came back from England and they were starting to get like, kind of successful, and Margot either left the band or I don't know what happened, but Belinda came to Straight Jacket and asked me if I wanted to be the bass player, and I was just getting going with Straight Jacket, and so I turned it down. And I just think I could have never done that gig, to be honest. I think Kathy was such a better musician and who was she's a guitar player, but
Hmm.
she was, and I lived with Kathy during Straight Jacket as well. Yeah, so in the height of their like craziness, the very crazy time, go-go's times, the height of their like when they were just getting famous,
Yeah.
quite a lot of pressure. And I don't think I could have handled it really. I don't think I would have been good in that role. I really don't. But
Ronnie, Soraya, see what I mean about the punk rock Zelig,
I'm
Jenny? I
telling
mean,
you,
Yeah.
it's for everyone listening. We're barely skimming the surface. When you
Yeah.
get into this book, you will see just really how entrenched Jenny's in to
Yeah.
this, to
when
so many, and the contacts with so many different worlds of music and
Yes.
people. That's one of the things, and you said it, my story is a story of survival, and I think your brave spirit comes out a
And I
lot.
try to write the stories in the voice of the age that I was. I hope that came across. I tried to do that. And it was so funny. I gave a book to Linda, of course, and a book to her personal manager, Janet Stark, and she was at a birthday party, and then she writes me a couple hours later or something and says, your book made me laugh. It made me cry. I was like, wait, you read it already? You've been out all. And she said, I made myself a cup of tea and I read it.
It's hard to put down.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, she just, how 3 hours, whatever it was, she read the whole damn thing.
Yep. There's a great Jerry Brown story too, which don't tell, don't
Yes.
tell,
Yeah,
but
no, do
get the
not
book,
tell it.
folks. That's one
They
of my
have to go
favorites
get
That is
too.
it.
one of my favorite
Yep.
stories.
And also, folks should know there's a picture of Michael Jackson no one's ever seen before in the book.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah. So
Tammy Taylor, who's now Tammy Wexler, was so generous. Let me use all those photos of our experience at the Paul McCartney and Wings party at Harold Lloyd Estate in
wow.
1976.
Wow.
So it was Jack Nicholson, Michael Jackson, uh, Ricky Nelson.
David Cassidy.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and Frank Zappa.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
And we're
Yeah.
And then we mentioned this. I'm just going to show it because I have to. So we mentioned this photo.
yes, I just
Oh yeah.
way like
Yeah. See, just well,
You
whatever.
know, just
Yeah.
just
Just
dropping
Pete
it.
Townsend.
Pete Townsend and Lee Brillo. Just whatever.
whatever.
Who's over there? Yeah. Is that Marina over there?
So obviously our listeners need to get this book. Jenny,
Yes.
is there, what's the best way for people to get this book? I I would think if they could go to a signing, that would be the most personal way to do
Yes,
that.
there'll
And
be
there,
more of those, but there are a few copies at Junior High Los Angeles in Glendale. Um, so you could get it there, no, and local pickup, no shipping. You could go to Junior High Los Angeles if you live here. Otherwise, it's on Hozak Books and Records.
Yeah. So just do a search for Hozak books
Yeah,
and
and I think eventually it will probably be on Amazon, but it's not right at the moment. Um,
that's right. He does eventually go Amazon with these things.
yeah,
Yeah.
eventually, and it will be also worldwide distribution, like in other countries. Um, Europe specifically. So
Yeah.
I think it's probably already, I think it's, I think that should be now, actually. So you should be able to get it over there and not pay crazy tariffs and shipping and
Yeah.
Canada and places like that.
that's
And
very exciting.
also we should say Jenny and Pleasant Gaiman are doing tours of the Punk Rock Museum this
Oh yeah,
weekend.
that's right.
This will
We
probably
are
air the same
that
day that you start,
that out
right?
in
Yeah.
yeah, in like 9 days we're doing that, and we are
Okay.
doing a book signing, um, my book and then Pleasant's book, Rock and Roll Witch, and and um and I'm hopefully going to do something at is it you've got to tell me, Lulu's Gallery?
Yes.
Yes.
What which is attached to Wacko. Some people just will think it's Wacko,
Yeah,
which
so
yeah.
that I think is going to be next in the new, not November or December, but in
Right.
sometime in the new year. And just, yeah, follow my Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be like making those kinds of announcements. I'm also hoping to have a connection, if anyone has, with this Japanese restaurant that is into LA punk. It's in Little Tokyo, and they supposedly have tons of flyers, and the owner and the chef is really into LA punk. I'm hoping to do something there. I need to connect with them.
I think
Ronnie,
I
I
can.
think I
Yeah,
think Martin might know something
I was
about
gonna
this.
say I can get you there.
Okay.
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
counting on you.
yeah. Well, you know.
Because I think that would be like really fun. That would be like a great place to do something at.
So the Vegas is at the
November
15th,
November 14th through
the 16th.
we're doing tours, but on November 15th we're doing a book signing and a book reading. So I believe if you, I'm sure if you have museum tickets,
I,
not not necessarily tour tickets, you can go to the
Yeah,
signing, which it's going to be at 7 p.m.
okay,
on
and that's at the Punk Rock Museum in Las Vegas. So
yes.
I have
yeah.
tickets for the museum that day, so maybe I will get to see
Yeah,
you. Yeah, so
maybe
I hope so. We'll
No,
see.
you will. Yeah.
We'll
have
see.
my stage top and a picture of me at the mask that Donna Santisi took.
Oh,
Yeah, they have my little half female, half male
Uh-huh.
concept. It was like an early non-binary concept top. And they have it, and it's on a mannequin. It's on one of the floors there at the museum.
nice. Ronnie, do you have anything in the Punk Rock Museum?
Yeah. Well, they they have one of my items, yes, but they haven't displayed it, which
Okay.
I understand why. If
What is it? What is it? You don't want to
I
say.
I didn't bring this up, Jenny. Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a
is it a statue?
no, it's one of this is what I talked about in Marina's thing. I was plaster casted by Cynthia Plaster
Ah,
Caster, you
I love
know,
it.
in Chicago,
Wow.
Cynthia. So she passed away, and I got three of them. I didn't mean to talk about this.
This is
Anyway, they took
cool.
my item. Yeah, no, they have one of them, and they have the T-shirt. Like the night I did it, she gave you a T-shirt. Said I got castered
Oh,
in Chicago, and
that is so
but
cool.
I can see why they don't really have it out. But there's a 3-year loan agreement which ends in
Yeah,
July. Yeah, maybe one of you two can pick it up. I'll write them and say, hey, you guys don't.
Jenny wants it.
Anyway, I had to do it, Jenny. Right? It was rock and roll. You
I think
understand
that
rock and
is
roll?
so cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
Jenny
yeah.
Jenny wants
Yeah,
Ronnie's song. Yeah.
you
Just
know,
say Jenny
I'll have
wants
you
uh,
get it, Jeff. I'll have you get it, Jeff.
Linda Ronstadt has seen all of those because she had the same manager as
Cynthia?
Oh
Zappa,
no, Herb
Oh, is that?
Cohen.
Herb Cohen.
Oh,
Yes, Frank Zappa's manager, who Cynthia had
Look
to
at that.
sue to get him back.
Yes, her.
Um, yeah, right when I met her, she was in litigation to get him back, and
wow.
they're now in a museum. There's a penis museum in Sweden or somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's in a museum. It's in a museum over there.
okay.
I don't know what to say.
You.
Well, Ronnie,
Wild. I didn't know you were that wild.
well,
it's
Ronnie,
it's very clinical, actually. You know, it's not a sexual thing.
I
I
Anyway,
imagine that you can't make like you can't make Jenny blush, so you don't have to worry
yeah,
about that.
no,
know. I think
true. But anyway,
I
yeah.
like you've gone up a notch. I think it's awfully cool.
Yeah. So anyway, it's there in the building somewhere, but it's not on display. But
I might try to steal it.
you'll have fun.
She'll
You'll
have
have fun.
access to the keys.
You'll have fun, Jenny, giving the tours though, because I was really nervous because I didn't get any advance information,
Yeah.
and I even wrote the guy in charge. I'm like, "Do you want me to cancel? Just let me know now." You know,
I know.
like,
Every other day
yeah,
I'm thinking,
no. So I showed up, and he just kind of gave me a run through, and then I did it, and
luckily Pleasant is so like out.
yeah,
She's like so like vivacious, and I'm
yeah.
just gonna like hang on her coattails pretty much.
No, you'll get the hang. You just kind of point out the things that are interesting to you, it
Yeah,
ties in the stories you're going to have,
yeah.
and
So
you'll have a blast. I had a couple of great moments with people that they weren't there because I was there, but they were just taking the tour. And we ended up having like these human moments. It was great. It was cool. It was really cool.
wow,
So, yeah.
wow.
Something for
Anyway.
Jenny to look forward to.
Yeah. And they treat you well. They put you up in a
I'm
nice
glad.
place.
I'm looking forward to it.
And the hotel is right by the Rio where you can go see the Kiss Museum, Jenny, and play
I'll be
mini
at the
golf.
Rio. I'll be at the
Play the
Rio.
video.
I'll invite you
Wow.
over. We'll have a room at the Rio.
Yeah.
So
Are
So
you big into Kiss, Jeff?
Yes, very
From
much so.
afar.
Very much so. Yes, yes. So
Yeah,
yeah.
my friend Kenny Ryback, he worked at is it Casablanca Records or
Casablanca.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That was my I don't know what I thought of Kiss at the time.
For
fair
somebody,
enough.
yes, somebody into fashion, I would be curious. I was
Yeah, I'm not
curious
Yeah.
what.
sure what I
But
thought.
working at
Just so
Casablanca,
you're,
oh,
just so you can see, this is the
Oh
concept.
yeah, that's the outfit. There
Oh
you
yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah.
And
oh,
that night is the night that we opened up for Elvis Costello.
Yep.
And that
Wow.
I never knew that there was a picture of a, I didn't know that that picture was from that show, but I put it all together because I saw what I was wearing, I saw what Spock was wearing and the necklace that Spock was wearing. I was like, "Oh my God, this is the night, this is one of the nights that we played with Elvis Costello." And it was um 2 nights, 4 shows. It was always
yeah,
2 nights,
yeah,
two shows a night at the Whiskey, and
Right.
they
yeah.
would clear the house out. The bouncers would kick you out and all that kind of stuff, and you'd have to scuttle upstairs to like save yourself. But yeah, it was yeah, that was the night, and that was a Brad Elterman photo. And he thought it was at the Starwood, and I'm like, no, because he took that crazy photo of us with Roddy Bingenheimer, the
Hmm.
no backstage pass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and so he thought it was that night, but I was like, no, this is, and I only just discovered it like what in the towards the end of like doing the photos and the captions, um, and it was I was like, wow. But I have only a couple pictures, one of me on stage and one of Spock from her scrapbook. That's in the book also. But it's like, yeah, she had a really cool scrapbook and labeled it. Sometimes she labeled
wow.
things like, rabbit from Mabuhay or, like, yeah. She had some pieces also and some flyers, and she kept a lot of stuff because she was older. She wasn't like young and
I just
wacky like me.
I just love that we have these. So yeah, this is the photo, but Jeff, check out Rodney's shirt.
T-shirt, no head, no backstage.
That's
You're
great.
like,
Pretty
mm.
slutty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that
what
was
a great
another
photo.
Brad Elterman shot, and that was at the Starwood. But yeah, I'll have to show you guys the audience shot at the Starwood so
Oh,
you
I'd
get
love to
an
see it.
idea of what
Yeah,
the room was like.
yeah. I would like to see that because yeah, there's no trace of the Starwood
Yeah.
anymore. Like
I know.
I moved to LA in '89 and it was gone, and I never been able to figure out exactly where it was.
So, oh, is
Didn't they redo the street or something? Like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and across the street was this what do you want to call it? Lingerie store. And yeah, one night, well, when Deaf School was in town, I don't know if you know the art
I
band Deaf School, and I'm
I
still
do.
with Clive Langer, and they played the Whiskey, but I saw him outside the Starwood, and I was outside the lingerie store, and I said, "Hey, your band sucks. You want to?" And we became friends. And but
That's
yeah, the Starwood, get your hand stamped at the Starwood. I always had to
Yeah,
get my hand stamped because I was underage. Um, and then there was this like VIP lounge, and there's some there's some photos, uh, but they're not like the room. You can't see
yeah,
the room like I want to say on Getty Images. There's some photos like I think there's some VIP picture photos. Yeah.
yeah. And there's a photo of you guys outside with the marquee
Hmm.
in the book.
Yeah, that's when I had left the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that shot. Yeah, that who who are we opening up for? Needles and Pins or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was yeah, that's the marquee. Yeah, it was a big parking lot. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was a crazy, whacked out place, and it has a crazy, whacked out history with like drugs and
Eddie Nash owned it,
yeah,
correct?
right?
Yeah.
All kinds of debauchery
Yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah. I
yeah.
love Deaf School, by the way. I'm one of the few, though. He probably heard your band sucks a lot. But I love
I
them.
actually
They're
really
weird,
like
though.
them. I like
I
them
like them
too.
too. Yeah.
And then Clive has a new he has a new album out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there was like an incredible article in the Guardian on Clive and all this. I introduced him to Jake Revere, and
Oh, wow.
that's how he managed. That's how he produced. Like I want to take credit.
Yeah.
I take credit for it, but you know, he it. I introduced him to Jake.
He became a well-known producer, basically.
Yeah, and Jake was his manager at the.
Yeah. I do love Clive Langer and the Boxes,
Yes,
too. That
yes,
record. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah, when I used to let him listen to us rehearse at the mask, he's like, "Yeah, I want to do something like really bashing it out next time." And yeah, he's a good guy.
yeah.
He's a good guy.
It looks like we just got a couple minutes
All right.
left on the session,
Okay.
but Jenny, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for this book. Yeah, and hopefully I'll get to see you next weekend. So if people want the book that Soraya and Ronnie are holding up, please go check out the Hozak
Yeah,
page.
Prozac Books and Records,
With a
and
K.
if you're
Hozak
in
with a K.
LA, go pick it up at Junior High Los Angeles in
Yeah.
Glendale on Brand.
Yep, and if you're in Vegas at the KISS convention, pop over to the Punk Rock Museum.
That
You
too.
can- And I will be at other book signings in the future coming up when Ronnie hooks me up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, then and then I'll moderate, which is my dream.
I would love that.
I've done it. I've done it,
There you
Jenny. Don't.
go.
I did it for Rob Zabrecki. Yeah.
I
So.
want you to.
Okay, great.
Make it
Okay.
happen, Jack.
And
Thanks. So
Jenny,
great to meet you guys.
yeah,
Thanks,
and Jenny,
Jenny.
when you get Ronnie's penis, make sure to let us know because
Whoa, whoa.
we want to know where the one of three is, or two of three, or three of three,
The
Ronnie.
other two are
Yeah,
here.
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna inquire about it.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
you know what? I'm gonna write. They sent a letter recently, like reacquaint. You know, you can come to the Punk Rock Museum anytime. I want to be. I wanted to be like, hey, I know you're not gonna use that thing. No, I don't mean to put it that way, but yeah. Anyway,
They should have it in a little case.
well, there is a case you'll see with like kind of some sexual stuff, like there's a Pansy Division shirt with a dick on it, and there's a Tesco V thing. He had this double dildo kind of prop.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought it might end up in there.
Check it out.
I can see where it doesn't
Pleasant
fit.
about it.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Love that story. Love that story.
Yes.
I'm calling her tonight.
No. I tell her I somehow I met Pleasant really early on, and she did a lot for the Muffs actually.
Yeah.
But I don't really know her, and I should. So
That's
yeah.
one of Eden, my kid. It's Eden. Muffs are one of Eden's favorite bands.
Oh, thank you.
And Eden's been to see the Muffs
Oh my God.
They've got good taste.
as a child, you know.
Wow. Well,
Yes.
thanks.
They got good taste. They got good taste.
Yeah. I'm blushing. All right.
All right, Jenny.
Jenny,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. We
Have a good
really
night.
appreciate you. All right. Take care.
Appreciate your time.
See you soon.
Bye.
All right. This was great talk with her. More to come. She said she's got more info. But yeah, the book is really good. Worth your time. And going to a great cause. Her kids LGBTQ plus organization, nonprofit.
Yes. Go buy it at that shop, folks. Because shipping, yeah.
If you're in the LA area, junior high in Glendale on Brand.
Yep. That's the only way to get this record.
You want it.
Yeah.
Do all copies come with the record, or is it just?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't leave it in the sun, Jeff.
In the hot Vegas sun.
That's right. You'll probably pick it up there when you see it. Yeah.
Where she'll be signing copies. So.
No, this time of year, you're probably all right.
Yep.
I don't think it's that hot. Even Vegas, probably down to like 85 or something.
Down to 85.
A breezy 85. But yeah, great book. I'm so glad we had her on. And it's got stories galore, but it's the photos that are just blow you away.
Yeah, it's everything. And sorry I talked so much. I had so much to talk to her about.
No,
Yeah.
Glad you did.
So And
It's
you guys
hard
had her
not
on before, so
It was your turn.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And before you labeled it Bangles designer, she is like so much more than
Beyond.
that, right? So
That was our connection.
that
So,
was
yeah.
that was the early Paisley podcast where you had to. I got you. And we talked about Danny Bonaire. We talked about the Bangles. Gets in there, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely.
No matter who we got, Kiss. Talked about Kiss.
Always. We always got to bring back the kids.
Always.
but
All right, Soraya. We got like 3
All right.
seconds.
Mi
Oh my
gente,
God.
agruviar.
Groove on, Paisley people.
woo!
The San Fernando Valley.
Oh, that's where I grew up. Well, you know that. You know everything about me.
Yes, I do know another
Yeah.
Valley kid. So yeah, all good.
My dog's barking. She
Uh,
appreciate
all
it.
right,
Yeah.
then.
Thank you.
Take care of
Okay.
business.
All right. Bye.
All
Take care.
right.
Be well.
Now we talk about her. Now we talk about Jen.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay. We'll see you in a minute or two.
Okay.
Or-
Great.
Okay. Sorry, Ronnie, for cutting you off.
Yeah. What the? That was important.
Keep that.